All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. Today, we're going to talk about something called the 12-bar blues and why it's so important in music making. Specifically, this week we talked about one of my favorite artists, and his name was B.B. King, and he was a blues guitarist, made famous in around the 1950s, 1960s. But he was playing shows up until his late 80s almost. He was a terrific performer, terrific musician, and he really made a name for blues music coming up in America. And so, what I wanted to talk about today was the structure of every single blues song that you will hear. It's one of the things that is so interesting about blues music is that no matter how different the song might be, the structure is pretty much always the same. And we call it the 12-bar blues. And so here is an example of the 12-bar blues. And the reason why we call it bar is because it's just another word for what we call our measures. And I know we've talked about our measures before, but just if anyone needs a reminder, it is these lines that come down, they create kind of these boxes areas, and those are called our measures. Right? And if you were to count all of them, you would find that we have exactly 12, hence the name 12-bar blues. Now, one thing that I just want to keep in mind is that every measure, or every bar, includes or contains 4 beats each. Right? So when we count it like this. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. And so what I'd like for you guys to do in this lesson is just follow along, and we're going to listen to a backtrack of some blues music, and I'd like for you to simply just count along. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next line. Last line. And what happens is that pattern just repeats itself over and over again. Right? So once we reach our 12th measure, it repeats itself and we go back to the top. And that's pretty much it. Now you might be wondering, what are those other things written on top of the measures, those other symbols? And those are called Roman numerals. Maybe you've seen them before in your studies in the past, but if you haven't, it's basically just another way to write our numbers. And why do we have those written in? Well, let's talk about it. We have the I right here. That is our number 1. Okay. We have our IV right here. That is our number 4. And we have our V right here, which is our number 5. And most simply put, these represent the chord progressions within a song. So if we were to just play, right, the one chord over and over again, it would be kind of bland. Right, so at some point, we need to change. So let's go to the 4 chord. Now we'll go back to the 1 chord. Now to the 5 chord. Back to 4. 1. Now the last one is our 5 again. So I know this could definitely be confusing to start, and I know there's a lot of measures and a lot of numbers to keep track of. But the most important thing is I just want you to listen to see if you can see and hear the change in sounds. And I'll tell you when to look. Let's listen to it one more time. Last time. Here we go. Okay, get ready. Our chord's about to change. Here we go. And change. Now it's going to go back to the 1 chord. And it's going to change. And change. And finish. And there you go. That's it. That is the 12-bar blues. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed today's lesson. We will continue talking about the 12-bar blues and chord progressions, basically how one makes a song. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.